Well, friends, we made it to a new year, and we've got another great countdown for you. Channel your inner Keith Richards and simply be excited that you're still around to see the calendar say 2018. You've earned it. But with the new year comes the obligatory New Year's resolutions, and if you're having trouble figuring out what you want yours to be, I've got you covered. For the guitar-related ones, anyway. So sit back and relax while we count down the top guitar player New Year's resolutions. Number 5, try some new techniques or tunings. The key to continuing your creative development as a musician is an ever-growing arsenal of ideas and tricks. Let's say you gravitate towards the blues and have an extensive knowledge of the riffs and techniques necessary to be a solid blues player, but you still feel like you're in a creative rut. Learning some jazz scales can really open up your mind to a whole new way of playing, while also helping you develop your own signature style. This idea will work across many disciplines. You can think outside the box with practice exercises, build a repertoire of different picking patterns and strum patterns. You can even create your own curriculum for practicing. For example, Monday is when you learn different chord voicings, and Thursday is when you practice modal scale shapes. Always challenge yourself in this regard and make sure you spend some time practicing new things. Number 4, spend time learning legendary licks. Now, we all love listening to the greatest guitar players out there, but sometimes we forget that these amazing rockers actually have a lot to teach us. If you can spend some time trying to figure out your favorite licks on guitar, you'll probably learn some things you can apply to your own playing. I know when I'm jamming with friends, I often borrow, let's say, from my favorite musicians, if you haven't noticed. Learning how to quickly pick out what a guitar player is doing just by listening is a great way to develop your skills. And the faster you can decipher a key or a riff, the better your playing will be with a group. But let's say you're not quite ready for that challenge. I'm sure you can find tons of online resources that can help you learn these licks. Maybe some YouTube videos even. Number 3, invest in some new gear. Before I get too deep into this one, it's worth noting that too much gear can sometimes be a hindrance on your creative ability. Having a disorganized, complicated pedal board, or if you're into recording, having too much outboard gear can sometimes push you into a rut of too many options. Make sure you figure out what works for you, and if you have the resources, take the gear you have and create a few different setups to help you accomplish different tones and styles. Ultimately, stick to the essentials first and foremost, while making sure that any future gear purchase broadens your tone library. At the same time, don't forget about the simple stuff. Maybe try some heavier or lighter strings. Change the weight of your pick every once in a while, and take care of your instrument. It's amazing what cleaning your guitar can do. Number 2, play out more. Nothing gets your adrenaline going quite like playing for other people. Even if it's just a group of friends to come over for a jam, or if you actually book a gig, playing for others can sometimes give you a reason to perfect your playing. Take it from me, nothing will make you practice quite like knowing you have a gig coming up. And I know playing in your room or garage is super fun, but there's nothing quite like sharing your talents with others and connecting with an audience. Now, if you're nervous about playing by your lonesome, get some buddies together and start a band. Not only will it help you build your abilities as a musician, it will also allow you to hone your teamwork skills, which is very important. Number 1, play more. Last but not least, just play more. If you already play 2 nights a week, maybe make a point to play 3 nights a week. Or if you play for 30 minutes at a time, play for an hour at a time. Make sure your instrument is always accessible so it's easy to just pick it up and go. You never know when inspirato will strike. And I know with other live stuff going on, it's easy for the day to get away from you. That's why I set a regular weekly practice time so I know when it's time to jam and I can schedule around it. It goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway, giving yourself more time with your guitar will allow you to perfect your craft. You can hone the skills you already have while also challenging yourself to learn new ones. Just like anything in life, the first step to improving your skills is to simply spend the time. What are your New Year's resolutions? Let us know in the comments below. I know what I want your resolution to be, and that's to subscribe right here to Marty Music. Thanks again for watching, and Happy New Year.